a tough team right here. We're proud to be from Ohio, and it's always been Ohio against the world, and it'll continue to be Ohio. This is a tough team right here. We're proud to be from Ohio, and it's always been Ohio against the world, and it'll continue to be Ohio against the world.
Yeah. Said plug, throw the load, I catch that bitch like Smith. That shit pit, faux fizzy on me like I'm Archie Grit. Fuck your blitz, niggas squares just like they called and catch me somewhere at the Ritz. We up some NIL money, bout to go and cop a kid. I'm hollering, no wait, C-dub, niggas, no swing, C-dugged out. Oh wait, C-dub, at your beanie, bitch, we bugged out. All you do is type, niggas think it's the end of runs. House we pull up, niggas turn Brandon in, it's the way they run routes. Probably at the bar with your bitch like I'm Urban Meyer. Once I get her to the crib, I'm fulfilling all her desires. Said I'm cool and laying up, shit, your Uber about 5.
I know you heard that.
Back then, she wouldn't give me the time.
I know you fucking heard that.
Spending like I'm Braxton, I'm really back in that action. These niggas wanted a verse, I was tired of niggas asking. Believe the fucking hype, all that you want. We top dog, these niggas runts. You can't do shit with us but punt. Bring that ball back,
nigga. Hey, what? I know you fucking heard that shit. He's so ass. Hold on. He's so ass that he starts at The Ohio State University. He's going to be a captain for the second year. And motherfuckers are making rap bars about him. Have him turn in Brandon Ennis the way he running routes. Holy fuck, almost like he's good.
But he's not.
You heard him.
God dang, bro. We done hooked up the numbers, bro.
Brother, he's on a team with all-stars named Jeremiah Smith, Emeka Ibuka, and Carnell Tate. You wouldn't have numbers either. You wouldn't even be on a team.
That's why we say he's ass, because all the players in his name is better. That's why.
Nah, okay. Hold on. No. Let's discuss this.
Let me jump in. Hang on.
No.
T-Mac. No. Hold on. I got a real question too. So you gonna say the starter is wide receiver 3, and you gonna name him as a starter like he a number 1? I mean, that's how you trying to use it. Oh, he's a starter.
He's a starter 3 too, because you think Chris Henry Jr. that good because you watch some fucking highlight tapes. The guy who still has his black stripe. Get the fuck out my face.
Yeah. You're right, bro. You ain't seen no highlights at CHJ, did you?
Who's starting over Ennis? Is Chris Henry Jr. starting over Ennis? Yes or no? Is Chris Henry Jr. starting over Ennis? Yes or no?
No.
He's not starting over Ennis.
They don't play the same position, you fucktards.
You're saying Brandon Ennis is starting over Chris Henry Jr.?
I guarantee it.
So if they got 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers and a running back, who are the 2 wide receivers?
Brandon Ennis and Jeremiah Smith.
No.
Okay. Oh my God.
You funny, dog.
Hey, because that's your opinion, not like I don't get on Bucknuts and read every day where it says the only wide receiver position that's open is the X. That Brandon Ennis's position is not open.
You don't believe that, Tyler. You don't believe
that. I do.
The
slot. Why would I not believe that?
AKA wide receiver 3.
You sound goofy.
No, I'm not even saying that Ennis is bad. I never said Ennis was bad, bro.
I don't believe you.
He's calling him. Hey, so is the 3rd wide receiver on the Bengals ass?
Yossi Bob?
Yes.
He played like ass last year. He damn so did.
Is the 3rd wide receiver on the Ravens ass?
He played like cheeks.
Yes. The 2nd wide receiver on the Ravens is ass. Get the fuck out of here, Tom.
A bunch of fucking couch potato ass dudes that go to work for 40 hours a week,
and they still better than Ennis. And they still light years above Ennis. Bateman, Bateman's better than Ennis. Let's talk about Ushiba or however the fuck you say his name. Better than Ennis. So like it is what it is. Like I love Ennis, and he's a locker room guy, and he's a leader. He's Will Howard, if you know what I mean.
Why do you guys? I'm about to get in my car and drive to Cincinnati off that one. I'm telling you.
It's been a minute since I've been here. I had to throw Will in somehow.
Listen to me. Y'all just do this weird. Y'all do this weird boo-boo shit where you pick one player and try to pick on.
Bang.
No, it's because you picked that player. So that's why we bag off.
I don't think Brandon Ennis is that dope. I don't, but like y'all really be doing him bad, and it's crazy. Bro was a starter on the best flag football team in high school. The starter, a team captain. He's the team captain at Ohio State for the second year. Y'all are fucking tripping. Y'all are tripping.
He is a great leader.
Oh my
especially
God.
in the locker room. That motherfucker's a dog in the weight room. He always shows up.
No,
He's
what's
punctual. He always got
happening is
good advice.
y'all are expecting him to have this crazy amount of numbers when you're not looking at the team that he's playing.
No. My argument always been the same thing. Is he's just he's stopping. Well, you got two starters at Notre Dame. Two will be starters at Notre Dame right now. That was just holding him back. Like
yes, because Ryan Day, you got my
now.
God.
Hold on. Can I keep talking? You gonna cut me off? I can't even keep talking. Like, and then we're gonna bring in the boy kid. You know what I mean? Not just CHA. Like, put that boy kid in right now, dog. Right now. He is a monster. Have you seen the way he runs routes, dog? Mm-hmm. Y'all want to call Ennis the best route runner? I can name two better than him right now.
You're incorrect.
I remember that podcast or the chat.
It's an argument.
Well, I mean,
listen, I truly feel like this. If Ennis,
do you guys think that Ryan Day is an elite coach?
Damn, we losing or I lose y'all?
Ryan Day's he's an elite coach.
So you think that he's just starting shitty wide receivers because y'all are smoking? Please send me some of that Las Vegas weed. Please. Good fucking God.
Missing the point, bro. You're naming players. Hold on. You're naming players.
No, you missing the fucking point with your hater ass activism.
Bro.
You're a hater. It's disgusting.
Naming players that are better than Ennis, bro.
Okay.
You're naming players
that are
better
in your opinion. In your opinion, that is fact.
You just did that, bro. You said that in the chat. That he got people ahead of him that's better. You've admitted that already, bro.
Not this year. He has one. Jeremiah Smith. He is the second best receiver on our team this year. 100%. 100%.
You're naming players that are better than Ennis to try to support your
I named players that were on the team before him, not now. You're being a hater.
Okay, bro. 5 receiving touchdowns in his career. That's just a fact. That ain't hate, bro. That's a fact. Okay. That's a fact.
He started just last year.
0 kick returns for a touchdown, bro.
You gotta add the context of why that happened.
They don't care to hear that. They don't care to hear that, man. They don't. They don't care to hear that.
Has his stats crazy. You know what I'm saying? We act like we don't understand the context behind that. But
they don't. They don't understand it.
Let's get into the show. Hold on. Let's get into the show on what we got. We can get into that conversation with the depth chart and stuff because we got that on display for the show. Yeah. But let's get into it absolutely with everything that we have for the show. All right, so of course, you know what I'm saying.
I'll drop it right now. Hold on. How many touchdowns? What does he have to do to get your apology? Because I can't wait for it.
Okay, know what he has to do, and then we can move on. I need him to show in the biggest games, not against Grambling State or Ohio University.
Oh, like you mean like the only touchdown we scored against Michigan in the first half when he?
One touchdown again?
About the game we won or lost?
Ooh, that was fine.
I said the one we won. It was last year.
Okay, that's fine. What was that? A 3-yard slant?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Listen, all right. Let's get into the show. Let's get into the topics, y'all. Hold on. Let's stop the presses.
BI. Some of us believe in you, BI. Shut these hater ass dudes up.
All right, we back in full effect. Episode 63, Buckeye Steppas podcast. Start off hot the first 10 minutes with these guys with the conversation of Brandon Ennis because that's been a hot topic in our group chat for sure. And let's go ahead and add context to what we have going on this week. Of course, this week, man, Ohio State spring game this Saturday. In the flesh, man. Big time at noon, man. Can't wait for it. Can't absolutely wait. This is going to be lit this Saturday, man. We definitely going to be up there covering this game this weekend for sure, man. So definitely.
Better not be no snow. Damn.
Yeah, that graphic was crazy, though. I was like, whoa. I'm like, but definitely lit for this Saturday, man. And just to start off the show, a little context with some quick news. Y'all don't really have to, talk about it too much, but quick news for us college football currently right now. Let me take this banner down. 2027 4-star commit from Lupati. He decommits from Illinois right there. So Illinois had a 4-star quarterback that decommitted. 5-star defensive end Sweeney commits to Texas Tech. So Texas Tech spending a lot of that bread over there at Texas Tech, man, on that NIL for them guys over there, man. They definitely doing some great work on the recruiting on trail for 2027 for Texas Tech. I think they're top 5 right now. And Alabama wide receiver, former Ohio State wide receiver Noah Rogers, man, had an injury in the spring game this past weekend, which is it was an ugly injury. Gotta say, it was ugly, man, for sure, from Noah Rogers. Prayers out to him, man, on his recovery. Said he's going to probably miss the start of the season for Alabama.
They better just set that man for the whole season,
man. And ex-Miami Cane, Bain, the defensive end,
fuck Ruben Bain,
had a car crash.
Motherfucker gonna make a career out of that
Ruben
game.
Bain, car crash.
You know who I think of as Ruben Bain now when I think of him? Because of the whole arm joke that they got about his arm size, I think about the Burger King Whopper commercials from back in the day with the tiny hands.
Donald Trump hands.
Jesus Christ.
I know exactly what you're talking about, dog.
He got alligator arms. They've been killing him a lot, bro.
Nasty work, man. And of course, you got the Florida Gators, man. Coach Summerall promises to wake up the beast for the Florida Gators, trying to revive that program right over there, man. So that's real interesting for the Florida Gators right there, trying to get back on track. And then the quarterback, Keon Russell, man, for Alabama, had a great game in the spring game this past weekend, man. He looked pretty sharp from what I've seen from the clips I've seen from the spring game. And so that's the guy to watch out, man. Keon Russell, man, for Alabama.
I'll never be excited for anybody from Alabama at all, ever. I'm not like an Alabama fan. They're probably like my least favorite team, not named Michigan. I really fuck with Keon Russell. I really do. I hate that that's where he went because I'd love to be able to like enjoy him instead of hate him. But yeah, he's definitely the real deal. I remember watching him with old Decorian Moore or whatever.
Yeah, out there in Duncanville.
Yeah,
Duncanville out there in Texas, man. Definitely looks sharp in the spring game this week, man. So definitely a watch for Alabama for a starting quarterback for Alabama, Keon Russell. And Wisconsin AD McIntosh, he left Wisconsin for a Big Ten role, so he's going to be a part of the Big Ten, working for them right there. And Deion Sanders, his health is good for us the spring game, and we can kind of get into Colorado talk a little bit, man, because spring game, I seen some clips spring game from this week, and I showed this clip in the group chat, this graphic in the group chat.
And then I gave up on Deion like
never. That's fine, bro.
In 2023 and how it's going in 2026 right there, man. So
regardless of how you want to word it, the fan base definitely is starting to give up if you're looking at that comparison right there.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but it sounds real negative about my guy.
But we can talk context. It's 2026 and World War III might be starting. You might be scared to be at a football stadium.
One thing
that's not the way I was going to go.
I'm talking shit.
One thing I heard about Colorado, they had, I guess, like in 2023, they showed, like, I guess the attendance was like, 50,000 plus. And then they showed the attendance from this past Saturday. It was about 18,000 in the building for the spring game for Colorado, pretty much from this past Saturday, man. And I was looking at those guys coming out the tunnel, man. I know a lot of people online was giving Colorado a little grief, looking at them, looking like they was small, man. They was looking kind of small over there, man. People was like, damn, Colorado is a small football squad over there, man. And it was kind of interesting to see that.
I will say this, though. If Prime doesn't have a winning record this year, he got to go.
What?
Whoa!
Get the fuck out of here, dog.
Whoa!
There's something wrong with you, man.
You calling for Coach Prime?
Now look. You was the one that was on Prime with me, dog.
Nah, you're not finna jump. I don't even fuck with Prime like that. But you're not finna jump down his throat for an honest statement. If Ryan Day lost fucking 10 games in a season, we would want his job gone. There's no reason to continue to think this man cannot make the playoffs, can continue to only win 4 to 5 games and keep his job just because he's Prime. No, at some point, not saying he's not a decent coach, it isn't working at Colorado, and maybe he needs to try somewhere else. At some point, that conversation has to be had, because if it were any other coach at any other fucking university to only win 5 games 3 seasons in a row, you would not be defending
5 games.
Thing.
When did Prime win 5 games?
Brother, I think they won 5 games last year.
You on mute, Crutch? You on mute?
No, it was 8 or 9.
Crutch, you on mute?
No, you can hear him.
I can't hear him.
Oh,
you probably have to go out and come back in since you can't hear him.
I hear all 3 of y'all.
All I'm saying is we got to stop saying like, yeah, we high on Prime.
I can hear you.
I'm definitely high on Prime.
I can't hear Crutch.
Yeah, you got to go back out and come back in.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
But nah, like for real, like it's like
let me recorrect myself. They didn't win 5 games last year. You're right, brother. They won fucking 3. They were 3 and fucking 9. When did Prime win 5 games? Not last year, motherfucker. He did not win 5 games last year.
How many win the season before, and how many the season before that?
He won, puppy. But I'm saying, if he comes in and goes 3 and 9 again, does he keep his job? If he goes 3 and 9 this year or worse,
there's no way he goes 3 and 9. But yeah, if he goes 3 and 9 again this year,
he had last year. He lost all those 5 stars. They all left. He lost so much in that transfer portal. That's why everybody's calling his team small, because he had to go get a bunch of people from South Dakota State. I mean, like, let's keep it a buck. Like, if he goes 3 and 9 again,
let's keep it a buck then.
If he's 3 and 9, we're trying to compare. That's my only question. At 3 and 9,
the Colorado program to Ohio State right now, and that's like, you know what I mean.
Fuck Ohio State out of it. 3 and 9 again. Does he have a job? Because 3 and 9,
he ain't going 3 and 9 though.
Ohio State coach would get fired before he got to 3 and 5. So, like, keep it a buck.
There's no way.
We're not using that comparison.
3 and 3, he's gone.
Yeah.
Well, if you lose 3 games in a season, you might be gone. Nah, like I'm just trying to be an advocate for Prime, like, because now it's like the football thing ain't the thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's more about him making these young men and having those things as opposed to X and O's. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
You don't have to be a coach for that.
I know. I'm just kind of salty, and I don't really have anything else to say. So I'm trying to find something, T-Man. Shut up so I can talk.
How do I defend you?
I'm just saying, man. I'm trying, and you just keep interrupting. And then, like, you're right. I'm not saying you're not wrong. Like, you know what I mean? That shit fucked up. Come on, Prime, get it together. I think Juju.
I'm off of the fact that this man TB said that if he don't get it together this year, this man Prime got to go from Colorado.
So you think Juju's going to be the real deal this year, Coach?
I think he's going to win them 7-8 games.
I buy that.
I'm buy that. But I got to be consistent on my coaches. Like, if you're not winning, you got to go. You know what I'm saying?
That's not why Colorado hired Prime. Colorado hired Prime because of the views and the money he'll bring in, not necessarily the product on the field. And that's what Prime's proven is like, hey, I know what the spring game looked like this year as opposed to other ones, but it's. Is
anybody going to sit in the parents section?
I would.
It's like $38.
They say Prime has added. They say Prime has added over $40 million to that local economy.
That's exactly why even if they have a bad season,
he's still gonna be there.
Like, and listen,
we gotta be real.
Now listen, we all want to scream context That is context to the situation. I retract my statement. At 3-9, Boulder, Colorado probably keeps Prime if he's bringing $40 million into their city. Period.
Absolutely.
Especially at a moment when economy's kind of going down a little bit. There's your defense. Your defense presented itself, Jay.
We were gonna get there together, and it just took longer than I thought. That's
what
all.
I'm saying. Cam walked us right up to it, brother.
Well, just to be clear. Just to be clear, it's 40 million total over the tenure he's been there.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going into season 4 right now. So like $10 million a year into their economy, they're probably still not getting rid of him. That's still less than what they pay him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's true. He brings $10 million a year.
They pay him less than that. I mean, that's more than what they pay him. I mean, I said that wrong. I want to correct that.
Yeah, I got it though. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, man. I want to say this with about Colorado for us in particular. Like, this team is a young team. Of course, they had a lot of turnover with the portal, and of course we know Prime is he's definitely recruiting out of the portal heavy. He's still not hitting with the high school ranks 100%. A lot of other schools are. A lot of the top schools are doing currently right now. But with
one more.
I would say with Prime,
and
Prime's not going anywhere from Colorado. Like, even if they were to let him go, they're going to be back to winning 1 or 2 games a year. You know what I'm saying? Every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not
without making $10 million. Without making $10 million.
You know what I'm saying? That's just being 100%.
I do got another question that goes back to you, Crutch, talking about his leader of a man and turning these boys into men. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
What is to make from that with with your players after they leave your program, basically saying the opposite of that? Are we taking that with a grain of salt, like they're bitter and left, or like?
So are we assuming that every player under that head coach gets personal fucking treatment and this, that, and the other?
No, brother. I'm just asking a question. I'm not. I hear you.
You know what I mean? No, I'm just trying to put it in perspective. Is all I'm trying to do. Like, yeah. Of course, you're gonna have ones that don't like you.
Yeah,
you got ones that love you too, dog, and those are the ones that mean it. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. I got you. I buy that. I genuine. That was a genuine question more than like a facetious one. Like, I was genuine. Like, we're on the topic. I've saw a couple between that David. Dang, what's his last name? I can't think of it. The lineman. He almost went to Ohio State.
Talking about Jordan Seaton?
Jordan Seaton, not David's. Jordan Seaton, absolutely. His conversation was kind of weird. And then I think about this is when he first got to Colorado.
Let's talk about Warren Jr. What he did for that kid.
Right. But then I'm the other person I'm talking about is that I think his last name was McLean. He was like the number 1 rated corner. Went to Colorado. Everything went bad for him. He ended up at Florida, and now he's pretty solid, doing right. You know what I'm saying? And he said bad things about Prime.
So did the running back that left and went to Kansas State.
I think he was bitter that Prime started the white boy over him.
Cincinnati Sports, if y'all know anything about Bob Huggins, do you know how many 5-star recruits when UC basketball was so high, like, you know what I mean, he ran off because he didn't want to get coached tough, or he didn't want to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, they're talking to me all angry and shit like that.
No, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
No, that has to play
some kind of point into it. Like, you know what I mean? I'd have done everything for Huggins to fucking scream at me fucking 4 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Hey, you hear me?
Well, that's an honor and a privilege. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
We can get into the schedule, fellas. Let's get into the schedule, man. Of course, 2026 schedule right here for Colorado. They starting off playing Georgia Tech. They got Georgia Tech, so they're on the road fighting Georgia Tech. Then
Matt said that. I ain't say shit. My fault. I'm done.
What is that? Weber? That's Weber State. They got Weber State at home. They're starting as their first home game. Then
I got 4 losses already.
Northwestern on the road.
They're not going to lose to Weber State. Quit it.
Then they got Texas Tech at home, and then they got Houston at home. Then they got Oklahoma State on the road. Then they got
October is diabolic for these dudes.
And Arizona State on the road.
False.
Utah, Houston on the road.
Lost.
UC on the road right there, and then he got UCF to close out the year right there. So
okay, me looking at this schedule, they win September 12th and lose possibly every other game. Does Prime still have a job
That's
at 1-10?
crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog.
I
That's
count.
wow.
Brother,
Fucking
I'm not
North.
being a hater. They could beat
Yeah.
Cincinnati or UCF. I'm not saying that. In Big 12 standards, I believe this is a solid schedule, and they're going to have a tough fucking time.
I count 5 losses.
5, that's it?
Yeah, I'm gonna name them real quick, right? I got them losing to Georgia Tech. I got losing
Right
to
off the
Texas
bat.
Tech. I got losing to Texas Tech. I got losing to Arizona State. I got them losing to Kansas State. I got them losing to UCF.
I got them losing to Baylor too. No, I got Utah and Houston, Texas Tech, Georgia Tech, and they're gonna lose to Baylor. Arizona, no, they're gonna lose to Arizona.
Here goes their top
Fuck.
players. The top players that they have.
That's all 5 losses you just named right there, Crutch.
It might have been 6. That's why I said fuck.
The top
I'm
players
not
in
going to
that
lie,
offense.
brother. I think
Yeah,
they could beat the 2 purple teams in their first 4 games, and then I think the rest of the season could go a little south. I'm not capping at all.
Yeah, let me get into what they got for us. The roster that they have. Of course, their starting quarterback is going to be Juju Lewis. The red shirt freshman, of course, former 5-star that looked pretty decent in the spring game in some clips that I've seen. Of course, they got a 2 wide. They got that wide receiver core is pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. Danny Scudero transferred from San Jose State. Was a guy that was very productive, led the nation in receiving yards in 2025 for San Jose State. Brings a elite production to stretch the field. DeAndre Moore from Texas, of course. Very explosive wide receiver, along with Cam Perry from Miami Oxford. Cam Perry is very explosive. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely been looking good with Julian Lewis so far for us in the spring as well. Of course, they got guys like Hakeem Williams and Quentin Gibson, younger guys that they got from recruiting. Of course, the running back that I like that they have Richard Young, he looked pretty solid this past week.
Yo, what happened to
and the O line is young at O line in particular. That they're trying to establish the run game a little bit more this year and be more physical up front, which we know Deion hasn't had an official running game since he's been there at Colorado. It's been kind of aired out pretty much, and that's what they have for the offense. Now on defense, Liana LaFou, linebacker transferred from Texas. He's a guy to look out for. Boo Carter, the transfer from Tennessee. Boo Carter is an amazing talent. That was a guy that Ohio State was looking at a little bit in the portal a little bit too as well. And Gideon LePron, another linebacker. He's a transfer from Bowling Green. And they got guys like Preston Hodge, R.J. Johnson, Cree Thomas. So a young team in particular overall. This is a young team. And we're gonna see these guys go through a lot of growing pains with this young squad for sure, man. So overall, who y'all got as far as the record for these guys in this schedule? Because I'm like, it's definitely tough, man. Overall, man. I definitely got them losing the first one with Georgia Tech. I think they win the next 2. And the Baylor game, I think that's a loss for them. The Texas Tech game is definitely a loss. That's probably the best team in the Big 12 right now, in my opinion. Utah, that's a game that's probably a 50-50 game. Utah got a lot of parity. A lot of their players, transferred to Michigan pretty much. With Michigan coach, taking Utah's coach taking over Michigan pretty much. Oklahoma State, that game is probably a 50-50 game. Oklahoma State, a lot of parity with their team, with a lot of new guys and stuff on their roster as well. So that's a 50-50 game. The Kansas State game, that's a loss in my opinion. Arizona State, definitely another loss. Houston, probably a loss in that one. UC, they probably lose to UC as well. UC got a decent roster as well, and UCF. So the only games I really see them winning is the Weber State and Northwestern and maybe Utah or Oklahoma State right now. So they looking like they 4-7 ball club, man.
I was about to say 5-8, 5-7.
4-8. I'm about to say they look like they're 4-8 ball club.
Yeah, I'm going 5-7.
I think 3-9, 2-10. I do. That's a rough Big 12 standards. That's a solid schedule. I'm not gonna lie. They play like every decent team in the Big 12.
Everyone.
I mean, like that sounds funny to hear for like a Big 10 person, like Big 10 perspective. We're laughing at this schedule, but like in terms of who they play, like I mean, Georgia Tech is a crazy and like let's not act like we're thinking of Northwestern as the Big 10 Northwestern, right? To us, they're shit. They might go in there and beat the fuck out of Colorado because the Big 10 difference between the Big 12. So like, dog, this could be an ugly. Like the only game I guarantee they win is September 12th. That's the only game I would guarantee they win. Other than that, there is a real chance they could lose every other game. I don't think they will. Please don't think that I'm saying that. I am guaranteeing them one win. They beat Weber State. Them other ones, they might have to work. I'm telling you, bro. I'm
That's
not just being a
crazy,
hater.
dog.
I love Prime. He played
Word.
for my team. I've had his jerseys. I love Prime. I'm not being a hater. Brother, that's a tough Big 12 schedule for a team that's as young as they are, losing the leader of their line. They have a young offensive line. Man, I just hope Prime has a chance to prove himself. I think if he can do something with this schedule, he might get some of the bullshit off his back for, you know what I'm saying, the haters.
Yo, T-Mac, if he wins 6 games out of this, does he get higher respect for his coaching ability or no?
6 games? Yeah, I would say if he ends up bowl eligible with as young a team as he has, with no like real stars or like, you know what I'm saying, most of his
elevate his coaching cachet is what I'm asking you.
Yeah, I would say this. I would say if
Wait
I
a
read
minute.
something, I remember reading something right the other day that said that he has a less than 3-star per player average right now. And if he gets bowl eligible with that team with his young offensive line, I don't think he has an offensive lineman that has a start for Colorado before. If I'm being honest, yes, I think that would be I think so. I mean. But I'm gonna be honest,
That's not.
brother. I don't see it, I don't think that that's a kick at his coaching. I think that he might. We had that argument. Does he stay there? Yeah, I don't think Colorado would fire him. But like at the end of the day, like Prime has to realize if he's trying to build a legacy, at some point, you got to realize that maybe Colorado isn't the place to do it. I guess I don't know.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Crutch.
I just want to ask a question. What was Julian Lewis's ranking coming out of high school?
I think he was like the number 2 overall quarterback behind.
Look it up.
Top 5, top 10.
He was definitely top 5.
Yeah, I mean he was rated a 5-star coming out. He remember Juju. He's a guy that reclassified. He was supposed to be a senior last year in high school. So remember, that's a guy that's supposed to be a freshman this year going into college.
He was a 4-star. Crutch. He was 4-star, number 15th overall in Georgia, number 10 QB nationally.
I see number 9 nationally on the site that I'm on, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. The top 10, top 15 player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Top 2,
absolutely.
Top 3 quarterback coming out that year.
Where's the other Juju guy? The one that was at Michigan.
Offensive weapons. I will say that they got offensive weapons, but is the O-line going to hold up? How strong is the O-line going to be? How well is the defense? The defense was bad, where of course they wasn't tackling well, and they gave up a lot of points.
So when Prime went 9-10 win year, or 8-10, 8-9 win years, right? Did he have a defense? Did he have an O-line?
The defense
Did he have an O-line that was good? Did Shadur have a good O-line? Did y'all watch those games? Yes. No, they did not have a good O-line, and they did not have a good defense.
Comparable. We gotta have contact. The defense was decent enough to win. Like these defense, the last 2 years wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? They
horrendous. Which Prime being a defensive guy too is kind of weird to me. That kind of sticks with me too.
Listen,
okay,
like
so we can wait.
Prime,
we can go to this next topic after TV. Go ahead, TV.
You know how much of a Prime fan I am. I stick up for him. You know what I'm saying? But I can't let him affect my integrity or my take integrity when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, these sports. And I stand on what I mean. Like, if he don't win, I'm sorry. Like, okay, it's either gonna A, show me that Colorado don't care about wins and losses, they care about the economy and the notoriety, and if that's the case, that's their right. You know what I'm saying? That's their right. But if they keep him, he's not winning, I'm just saying he gotta go. Like, I'm trying to winning brings in money too. You know what I'm saying? Winning can bring in money.
I don't know who will be able to replace that and come in and replace and do better at that job. That's my only thing for us that. You know what I mean? For us that. I just don't see them letting go of Prime if he has a 2 or 3 and not a 2 or 3 win season. I just don't see it.
No. They can't replace him. Colorado cannot replace Prime.
They just read up the deal with him. He just signed a new contract this past year. You know what I mean, too.
But,
so that's
this goes back to what T-Man said. Like, are we not holding Prime to the same winning standard? I said
that Ohio State is? Fuck no. Not even fucking close. What you mean?
Not this roster. Not this roster they have. No, I wouldn't say that. But I understand for us the winning measurement, they should be at a level where they should be competing for the Big 12 championship and be in the runnings for it. That's where a lot of fans had the perspective with Deion, where they want to see improvement. They want to see him be 1, 2, 3 in the Big 12 and competing for a championship in that conference. And if he's not doing that, then of course you're going to get a lot of fans like this. You're gonna see the stands like this damn near throughout the year at home. They gonna be looking like this in 2026, like the spring game.
All right, hold on, Cam. Last year, the spring game, was everybody in there, all them seats?
Somebody at Ohio State?
Yeah, when we were there. There were hella seats open.
Yeah, it was seats open, but shit.
So let's put it in perspective. Like, motherfuckers ain't selling out for the spring game ever, except when Prime first got there. So that's a knock to Prime. Like, that's not a knock to Prime. That's a notch in the right direction. That motherfucker had a whole spring game full of fucking seats, and that is fucking spectacular. That don't happen every year. We were there last year, and we thought we was fucking winning the chip, and we had the best talented roster in fucking college football by far.
Yeah.
Didn't end up winning it, but like the spring game, there were still fucking hella seats open.
Yeah, the piggyback off
hella.
The piggyback
but it
off
still had 50, we still had 60, 70,000 plus. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I will say this though. This year though, like like 87 gas wasn't $5 a gallon. Maybe niggas ain't got time to go to the spring game, bro. They hustling for just trying to pay rent. You know what I'm saying? Just say it. I
went 320 out here, bro.
Bro, I just stopped the gas tank, bro. I got 87, and it was 509, bro, for 87 gas.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
It's expensive.
The economy got to play a part. I ain't getting political, and we ain't bringing none of that shit. I'm just saying, maybe, you know what I'm saying, with the economy the way it is, people don't got the time, and you know what I'm saying, they're getting that OT in. That's all.
Okay. All right, so let's get into this Ohio State talk, man. Let's get into the guys, man. So we're going to go ahead and bring up the 2 black stripes removal from today. First one was our guy Terry Moore, safety, that's coming in to replace Caleb Downs at that spot, at the safety spot. He got
allegedly.
You stupid.
I said allegedly. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into that. And the other one was tight end Hunter Wilson today, man. Definitely had his black stripe removed as well today as well, man. So the 2 black stripes removed, Terry Moore and Hunter Wilson. And what y'all feel about it, man? How y'all feel about these 2 guys getting their black stripes removed?
I mean, at this point, it's going to start to happen. I get excited when they lose them in like the first 5 practices and shit, but I think Moore will probably be our starter, but I don't, let's not put the pressure on him of like,
Caleb.
Come take over, be Caleb. Like, nah, just go play safety how you play safety, brother. Just Just be Terry Moore. Be the best version of Terry Moore. I'd hate to see someone try to compare him to who's supposed to be a generational talent and a top 5, top 10 draft pick. Like, that's not who he is, and let's not put that pressure on him. Like, I think he can be a great safety for us. Don't confuse that statement, but like, we got 2 safety transfers for a reason because you needed 2 to do what 1 did, and let's just leave it at that.
And so I would say, are Little gonna play anyway?
No, they both play. One will play nickel, the other one will be the starting safety. But I think that
Earl Little,
Little better.
Little is going to be at the nickel spot, and they're planning for Terry Moore to have that spot far as like Caleb Downs moving them up in the box and inside and out like that. But I will say this: one rumor that I did hear earlier today, I heard Leroy Roker, number 10, right there in the picture. He's been showing up pretty well as well, competing for that safety.
I've heard a lot of 8 and 10 being the starters back there for real. That's part of why I said allegedly, because the combo is Terry Moore's here to replace, but it sounds like potentially may not even win the race, But you asked about it. You posted another black stripe, and I'll switch to the tight end real quick so someone else can talk. Shout out Welsing, whatever. Most of the talk in the tight end room to me is Roberts or old boy number 89 right there, the dude
Mason
from
Williams.
The dude from Lebanon, Ohio, making lots of noise.
Nick Latar, that's my guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, shout out Hunter. I hope you do some productive shit, but I don't expect like a whole lot out of him. I think that most of our tight end production will come from Nate Roberts.
Absolutely. And the other black stripes, just to name the other guys that got their black stripes removed recently. Of course, Dominique Kelly, he was the latest one before these 2 guys. Cornerback transfer from Georgia. Mason Williams transferred from Ohio University. The tight end, he had his black stripe removed as well. John Walker, the transfer from UCF. James Smith, the transfer from Alabama. Devin McQueen, the transfer from Texas San Antonio, wide receiver, and Quay Russaw, the transfer from Alabama, the edge. Christian Allegro, the transfer from Wisconsin. Brock Boyd, the first freshman to get his black stripe removed. Earl Little Jr. and Cal Parker.
Who was the one for Earl Little?
Brock Boyd.
All right. That's all.
Cal Parker was the first one, and then it was Earl Little, then it was Brock Boyd, and then after that, Christian Allegro, Quay Russaw, Devin McQueen, James Smith, John Walker, Mason Williams, Dominique Kelly, and then today Terry Moore and Hunter Wilson today. So those are the guys.
So like the thing that bothers me with these stripes, it's like a confusing thing, really, if we're being honest, because it's like I just don't understand. Like all the talk and all the pages is that fucking former shitball Team Up North player was Cam Calhoun was making all kind of noise.
You're not about to do my guy like this.
No, I'm not doing it bad. I'm saying all I hear is that he's doing great things at practice and his stripe is still there. But Dominic Kelly lost his. Yeah, I just don't understand the stripe. Like, what earns the stripe to come off? Like, you'd like to think that it was like playing ability, but it's like when you read these posts and they're talking about how well Cam and fucking Jermaine are meshing and look on the field together, and Cam Calhoun still has a black stripe and Dominic Kelly lost his today. I don't know. I'm having a hard time grasping the same thing with the tight ends. You know what I'm saying? You're hearing all this talk about Latard or whatever, however you say his name. He has a black stripe still, but both Mason Williams and Hunter Welsing have lost theirs. It just doesn't, like, what you're hearing and reading doesn't, I don't know. I just feel like they don't add up. I don't get it.
No, I hear you. It's like Brock Boyd losing his stripe before Chris Henry Jr.
I mean, I didn't use that one intentionally and on purpose because
No,
I think
I
that's a
highlighted.
different situation than what I was trying to portray. I think that Brock Boyd has really just outperformed him at this exact moment. But
Do y'all think academics plays a part?
Yes.
possibly,
Nah, I don't think
Yes.
it does. I
don't
think
think it plays a
it
huge
is
part.
it's probably a tiny part, but I don't think it's. I think this is based off of play and who's hot at the moment, like who's striking hot. I mean, I could tell you from intel that I've heard in the spring for us the wide receivers. Of course, we done seen clips of Chris Henry cooking up crazy, in the spring practice and stuff. But then we seen Brock Boyd cooking up crazy as well. And then, like you mentioned, guys like Cam Calhoun, the transfer, he's been playing well. I've been hearing too. But then Dominique Kelly, he's coming on. I'm high on. I like Dominique Kelly a lot. I think he's very talented, man, for sure. So it's really based off who's hot at that moment, who's really showing
It can't
up.
be
Right?
based off that though, because if you got, like what T-Man said, if you got a player that's hot at that particular moment, why not take the black stripe from him at that moment? Why? You know what I'm saying?
More consistency. I think I think the guys for the black stripes is like the guys that we're seeing that's getting removed is the guys that's showing themselves more consistent in the practices. That's more so what it is.
I think it has a lot to do with learning the entire playbook and all that shit too.
I
Right,
guess
because
There's so many
showing up
factors.
one time,
Rob
buying
Williams
it
probably
all the
been more
way.
consistent than Chris Henry recently, like right now. He's probably been more consistent than him. So that's just the fact of the matter right there between them guys.
Film room, everything. Like there's
I'm
so many factors. There's got to be like 2 pages worth of fucking checks and
pages.
marks and rankings.
You got a
and shit.
2-page checklist, must complete by Friday.
You know what I'm saying?
It's got to be. It's got to be something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So we can go ahead and get into this. Let's get into some of these quotes from Ryan Day's press conference before the spring game this week, right here. Here goes one of them right here, which I know y'all gonna be heard about this one. Ryan Day said, "Salute to Chase Brown with the content as well, man. Salute
No,
to
I
him."
don't want to go no more.
Ryan Day said Legend Bay has been dealing with the hamstring injury this spring. They said Bay is getting back to full strength, but he isn't sure if the freshman running back will be available for the spring game this Saturday. So right there, Bay getting back to full strength with a hamstring injury right now, but we may not get to see Legend this Saturday, which is that's a little tough right there. That's tough right there.
I heard Bay took a step back too, but you know how practices and shit be. But like I heard he took a step back in practice. Somebody took his job.
I mean, I know Coach Lachlan did an interview last week.
I heard they took his number from him.
That's what it was. He was 2 and now he's 44.
Yeah.
And he said he'll get it back. That's what it was. My fault.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I don't know. I still seen him with the 2 from what I've seen in the practices. But I know Coach Lachlan and even Ryan Day, they've been singing a lot of high praises about Legend Bay as far as how good he's been in there and how good he's looked.
I'll be right back.
They're pushing that guy hard. They're pushing him very hard right now. So on Legend Bay possibly might not be here this Saturday. And another news to break for us running backs right here, which I may be even heard it with this one. I'm sorry about this one. Ryan Day said Turbo Rogers may also be unavailable for the spring game. So we got Bo Jackson and Isaiah West. Both of those guys are out from their offseason surgeries. And the Buckeyes would most likely maybe without Legend Bay and Turbo Rogers as well, which is the 2 guys, Legend Bay and Turbo Rogers. I've been very high on these guys in the spring. They look very well in the spring. But these guys not being on the field this Saturday, it kind of stings possibly. It stings for sure because you only got 2-3 running backs, you know what I'm saying, on the side to be there this Saturday. So what y'all think about these 2 guys possibly being out for Saturday?
I think we're going to miss our top 4 running backs for the spring game. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's tough.
But we already know who our running backs are going to be this year. Legend probably going to get a lot of slot play and shit like that eventually. Another one that, I'd rather have there in a spot. But that's just, big playmaker and he's a freshman. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm trying to get to. But I see him like they're gonna use him like we used Curtis Samuel back in the day. You know, he's gonna be in the slot. He's gonna get pitches. He's gonna do all of that. So it's just, you know what I mean. It sucks that they hurt, but if they hurt in the spring game and healthy for the season, I'm cool with that.
Absolutely. That because the most you want these guys to be good for for summer ball, you know what I'm saying, going into the preseason. So that's the most thing that you want. You want them to be fresh coming out to start this season with majority for sure, man. But it's definitely tough because I know we all going to the game, watching the game this Saturday. We all will love to see Legend Bay and Turbo Rogers. Turbo Rogers didn't really get too much clock because he had an injury from high school going into the season last year. So it was a real build and learning year for Turbo Rogers. So real tough on these two guys this Saturday right here in particular. And the next one we have Ryan Day. He says he wants new offensive coordinator Arthur Smith to be the head coach of the offense. That's what we're looking for. They said Arthur Smith brings a different perspective to the table. He added his opinion is very important to me. So you got Ryan Day saying that he wants him to be the head coach of the offense and and do his thing. Do his thing. Run the offense and do his thing. He trusts. That's basically saying that Ryan Day has 100% full trust in Arthur Smith leading the offense right there, which is very intriguing because he didn't feel that so much of that way last year about Mr. Brian Hartline. So what y'all think about this comment right here from Ryan Day?
Oh, I can go off. Go ahead, TV.
I want to say, I think you go ahead. I think TV stepped away for a second.
Shit. It shows me two things. One, Ryan Day finally realized he needs to step the fuck away from play calling because he's not good at it. Everything else, that motherfucker is superb, A+, but play calling is not that category. And my second thing is Arthur Smith really ain't do shit in Pittsburgh for real. Like, why are we putting so much faith into this guy? Like, that's like I know we're gonna be good. Like, you know what I mean? We got the best talent in football at every position all the way around. Like, you know what I mean? 3-4 deep each position, and I don't know. I got my doubts about that. But one thing I do know, I do not have the same faith in Arthur Smith that I do Matt Patricia. If that makes sense. Fucking love Matt Patricia.
Interesting perspective. Okay, TV, what you think? Or he's still away real quick. I'll go ahead with it. Me personally, man, I like what I'm seeing from Day and Arthur Smith. My thing with Arthur Smith, he's bringing a physical run game to the table. Of course, we know last year we had trouble for us in the red zone issues. You know what I'm saying? I think Arthur Smith will be able to clear that up. And I think Arthur Smith, one thing I seen Arthur Smith, he was mic'd up during practice, man, last week. And he was talking about his offensive lineman wearing tights out there. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, what y'all offensive linemen out here wearing tights for? You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be a tough, mean, physical offensive line, and y'all up here wearing tights and stuff. So Arthur Smith, he's bringing that real physical mentality for this offensive line that I think that they probably haven't had 100%.
You know what I thought of when you said that?
I said from wise, like this before. You know what I'm saying? So I think I like the mindset that Arthur's bringing to the offense. We definitely got to, increase this run game and get better with the run game. I know a big emphasis that they're definitely preaching upon the wide receivers is, the run after catch, do well, running after the catch. That's something that, Day and Arthur Smith been preaching upon the offense with the wide receivers and tight ends as well. So I like what I see from Arthur, man. I think he's bringing a dynamic to the offense that is needed. It is needed because we need to be more physical up front in the run game. We need to be more physical up front, pass blocking and stuff as well, and communicating well with each other, and making the right calls and stuff, and getting right for these defenses that's trying to attack our offense. Man, that's just my personal opinion.
I agree, and that's just Big Ten football, bro. Being physical. Running the football, controlling the trenches. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like we won the Natty. We were the most like the teams that won the last 3 national championships were the most physical teams. I can hear you good. Yeah. The 3 teams that won the Natty, which was was Big Ten teams. The Bums up north, Ohio State, and Indiana. All 3 teams that won the Natty these last 3 years were physical. They were very physical, you know what I'm saying, on both sides of the ball. So, with that being said, I definitely believe that this team is going to be a lot more physical than we've seen them in the past. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to be a lot more physical than we've seen in the past, and we're going to see some great things out of this offense, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing and hearing from from the offense and what Arthur Smith. Now I know Arthur Smith definitely has his history for us, Pittsburgh, and his history in the NFL where you seen him, but we seen him have some good offenses that he coached, under, when he was at Tennessee and everything. And I think with Pittsburgh, he didn't really have all the talent 100% to do his thing at Pittsburgh, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now I think with Arthur Smith being in the college football, just like I said about Matt Patricia last year, I think Arthur Smith is going to eat a lot of defenses alive in college because I think he's going to be ahead of the game. And one thing about this coaching staff that Ohio State had, we have so much NFL pedigree on this coaching staff. It's amazing. Like Ohio State is looking like literally the new. We're looking like a NFL team, where they're running this team. Like it's really a real true NFL atmosphere around Ohio State right now, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, as long as it produces the championship, I'm cool.
Wide receiver you, man. Wide receiver you. Salute to my boy Big Dog Willie, man. My boy Big Dog Willie right there. He said wide receiver you. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Big Dog Willie, I know he a big Seattle fan, so I know he love our guy Jackson Smith and Jigba for sure. So that's it right there for Ryan Day, Arthur Smith. I got another quote from Ryan Day. They asked Ryan Day about Julian Sands' development this offseason, and Ryan Day said, as a former quarterback and quarterback coach, he always wants more from his signal callers. They said Sand has grown in his command of the huddle and leading the offense. So you see Coach Day pretty much saying that, Julian Sand is having more command in the offense in the huddle than he did last year, and is leading the offense, right, 100%, man. So what you think about that, TB?
I mean, it's encouraging to hear. Like, I never questioned his command watching during the games last year. I never questioned his command of the offense, you know what I'm saying? Personally. So, but it's good, I'm happy to hear that, That's all I can say.
Absolutely, man. Definitely, man. I'm definitely loving it from JS10. I think JS10 is, he's getting bigger. He's put on some pounds for this offseason and everything. He's growing a little beard out there. Got the little baby beard out there. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do his thing. You feel me? So, what I'm saying? JS10 growing into a grown man. And they have JS10 high right now where they think he's going to be a top 10 pick in his NFL draft coming up if he has a crazy season this year. So it's a lot of stakes high for Julian Sand going into the season because they think, this is a season where he grows even more and does his thing to where he can be, a top 10 pick in the NFL draft for the 2027 draft. Right there. So salute to Julian Sand right there. And I got one more quote, the last quote that I have from the presser. Ryan Day speaks about M. Moore, offensive lineman. Says M. Moore has done some really good things filling in for Austin Searville. Coach Day said Moore will have an opportunity to play himself into a starting role as he earns reps against Ohio State's first team defense. Coach Day is excited to see how M. Moore responds. So M. Moore, man, a guy that definitely is making his mark right now for us, offensive lineman. Austin Silver been nursing an injury a little bit. And on the depth chart, they got M. Moore, they got him possibly starting. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about Austin Silver being that left tackle, then M. Moore being that right tackle, then moving Philip Daniels in at right guard, and having of course Carson Hensman as our center again, and Luke Montgomery at that left guard spot, man. So M. Moore has a real opportunity to become, the starter at right tackle if they move Phillip on the inside to right guard.
I don't see Brandon Ennis at the number 2, like T-Man said. That's just I'm just saying.
We got we got the 3 wide receivers set up. So JS Foe, JJ, Chris Henry, then Brandon Ennis. This is projected. You know what I'm saying? We know Devin McQueen's been looking good at wide receiver. Kyle Parker's been looking good. I've been seeing some great things from Brock Boyd, of course. He's been looking sharp, man. So the team is looking sharp going into this spring, man, and I'm loving what I'm seeing for sure. I actually want to play some of the highlights from the thing, but I'm gonna do that after we do this first initial that we never done this. I gotta pull it up, but going into the spring, going into the spring this year, this team is this team got a little banged up, man, because you got this from the practices that they're having, like the scrimmages, when you got 1 versus 1s, 2s versus 2s. Some of these guys are going at it real heavy to where they going at it heavy. Some of these guys getting banged up, man, getting banged up in the process of it, man. So that's just these guys going hard in practice, going super hard in practice. And let me pull this up. This is the first segment that we've never done this segment, but we're gonna do this right for the first time. DJ. So one thing we wanted to add to the show was element that we talk about, some of the recruits that we have and highlight some of the recruits. This guy right here, DJ Jacobs, he's a 2027 commit for Ohio State, where he's the top edge guy in the 2027 class from Rivals right now currently, man. So I wanted to play some of his footage just to, for everyone to check him out and get the feel for, what we got coming to, to the table from this 2027 class, which is something that we're going to do pretty often on the show. We got this ad right here, but DJ Jacobs, he was an early commit. A guy that's a Georgia legacy. His father,
You breaking up, bro?
And everything. And his father was real pissed off about him making the move to Georgia. I remember watching it when he committed. Even after his commitment.
Can you hear me, Cam? I can't hear you, bro. Hold on. I can't hear you, Cam.
Coming off the line, like you just see this guy, bro. Like the upside, the ceiling for him is so high, bro. Like I love I love what we got in DJ Jacobs right here, man.
Yeah, we got some good upcoming prospects.
He's a guy that can he can be a day one starter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he can be a day one starter. This guy's he's literally a game wrecker. He's a game wrecker, like out in high school, man, for sure, man. So I'm excited for what we have and DJ Jacobs, man, for sure. He's definitely gonna be one of those guys, to look out for, in this 2027 class, and he's doing a lot of recruiting for this class currently right now, man. So salute to DJ Jacobs, 6'5", 235 pounds, out of Blessed Trinity Catholic out there in Roseville, Georgia, man. So definitely salute to DJ Jacobs, man, for sure, man, for sure. Wanted to say, all right, let me do this. Let me go ahead and share some highlights. Yeah, these boys, I don't know what happened to Crutch and T-Mac. I hope they come back in before we close out. So this is something I wanted to ask you about. This is something that hit the headlines heavy a few days ago right here with Jeremiah Smith. And Jeremiah Smith, he was doing an interview, and he told the guys in the interview that he could have made massive money from NIL if he would have hit the portal. He said he could have made over $10 million easy. The teams was offering him over $10 million to leave Ohio State and hit the portal. And Jeremiah Smith said that he came to Ohio State for a reason, to win championships, develop as a player and a person, and keep building on the Ohio State wide receiver legacy. So what you think about Jeremiah's comments right there, saying that he could have made over $10 million, but he wanted to stay at Ohio State to win championships and develop as a player and build on the wide receiver legacy?
Honestly, bro, I feel like this is a story we've heard before. You know what I'm saying? And I just wish that now, like, this is not the first time he said this. So, like, I just wish teams would just leave him alone, like, and just do your own fucking recruiting. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just stop. Like, that's how I feel about it, bro. He said this before. He's not leaving. It's like, I just feel like it's just like people just propaganda, people just trying to distract us from being great by bullshit, That's how I feel about it.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. Of course, teams like Miami that we're in the same city and state where he's from, Miami, Florida. Of course, they would have dropped a $10 million bag on JJ to leave and play with Malachi Tony up there, of course. So I'm not surprised at it at all. Of course, Jeremiah Smith, we all believe that he's a generational talent at wide receiver. So of course, there's a lot of guys that's pushing for him to leave Ohio State, but he never had no intentions of leaving Ohio State, not one bit. You know what I mean? And that just shows the loyalty in Jeremiah Smith, and shows the person, his character. He has integrity, he has morals. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah, and I just want to see him trying to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's over with. He's a Buckeye for life. Let's just leave it at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not that type of guy. And it's going to speak heavily on the team that drafts him. They know if you treat him right, he's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because he already got millions of dollars, so how he conducts
that is a fact,
now,
right there.
How he
And this
now is how he's going to be. Because he's already rich. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. He's getting a hell of a bag at Ohio State right now. I can tell you that right now for sure. Yeah. If y'all think his bag ain't crazy at Ohio State, trust, he's getting a crazy bag at Ohio State, most definitely.
Yeah, he's getting paid.
So this is some of the highlights from the scrimmage from Student Appreciation Day that they had over a week ago, right here. You know, you got these guys putting in this work over here, man, for sure. And you see these guys, they hitting in this scrimmage. They was hitting in the scrimmage. They was banging. And Justin Martin right there, that quarterback.
Yeah, they high intensity. For sure. Yo, I'm gonna have to hop off, bro. We don't have to close it out, bro. The wife hitting at me up.
Real intensity, man. Like they're having, they're having NFL. Yeah, I can hear you good. Yeah, okay. They're having NFL style, practices up there, bro. Like, Julius. Dang, the whole line wasn't blocking for Tavian at all on that play right there.
Nah, I noticed that too. That's the first thing I look at, bro. Is how the line blocking.
There go Julian on this play right here. So it's look like this is some of the first teamers a little bit.
I ain't like that snap. Ooh, that was an incomplete pass to BI.
Tavian right there.
That's a nice little drop back, a little inside curl. Yo, I gotta head out. Calling me, bro. I gotta head out. We gotta go somewhere.
All right, go do your thing.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Bring T-Matt back in.
Oh, T-Matt coming back in?
Yeah, he back in.
All right.
What up?
Yo, so these some highlights of the scrimmage right there, them boys. Tavian St. Clair right there leading the offense on this play right here. Look like that Sam Greer on a left tackle right there. Yeah, he almost threw a pick right there on that one. Tavian, the Miles Lockhart. Right. You got Tavian right there. That was the Desi Jones right there, the sophomore. I think he's a redshirt freshman, actually. I think Desi got the red shirt last year, so I think I'm liking how Tavian is stepping in the pocket, man, looking strong in the pocket, man. You see the growth in Tavian for sure from last year to this year a little bit, within some of these plays.
Absolutely. Why is there a tight end lined up at running back?
I have no fucking idea why.
Did they just run a sweep with the tight end?
Yes, they did, man. Yes, they did.
But if that isn't some Arthur Smith shit like I ain't never seen.
A little bit, probably. I mean, of course, we're down. We only got 2 running backs that's like active right now.
A sweep to our tight end.
Transfer.
I've heard he's looked pretty good. Really hard to tackle. Crutchley.
Yes, 10 right there. Right there. Yeah, Crutch left. Crutch didn't come back. I don't know what happened to Crutch. I had to text him.
Yeah, that's my bad. I had some stuff.
Good throw by JS10 right there, stepping in the pocket.
Yeah, they're not in here for me to say there's a throw to Brandon Innes. Touchdown.
He threw it away. Yeah, you got to throw it away right there on JS10 behalf right there. And you see the command in the offense that JS10 has. He's growing a lot.
Oh, yeah. He's crazy this year.
Man, he going to go crazy, man. I'm excited about this year, man, for sure, man. So it's lit, man. We got the spring game this Saturday, man. I'm excited about this spring game, dog.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be lit. We're gonna be up there early this week. Gonna get up there early, try to get some of this content, you know what I'm saying, with some of the fans and stuff like that. So I got some plans for this content for Saturday, man. We're gonna definitely try to put together, man, for Saturday. I'm excited. At noon, 12 p.m. Eastern time, man. It's lit this Saturday, the spring game for Ohio State. We're gonna be in the building, man, for sure, man. I'm excited about it, brother. Let me get your hot or bold take for Saturday. What's a hot or bold take that you have for Saturday?
Man, I didn't prepare to have one for Saturday. I was ready for one for the year.
Yo, you can get one for the year. That's cool.
I'm gonna give you both. My hot take for Saturday. TSC looks better than NGS10 on Saturday, and a bunch of people start acting retarded for no reason. We know he's not going to be the starter, but I think that there's a chance he could look better Saturday, and then it'll get all the Buckeye haters out of the woodworks. Like TSC should play. TSC should play. But my bold take for the year is that Brandon Ennis goes so crazy that he ends up continuing the first round draft pick thing. But we'll have two because we'll have JJ and Brandon Ennis.
Okay.
It's my bold take.
Okay.
Just because in spite of my two friends that aren't here right now to defend themselves, but just specified for them hating ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, man. I say my hot take for this Saturday, I would say will be I think we're gonna see a lot of improvement from I think we're gonna see a great spring game from Devin Sanchez. I think Devin Sanchez is going to be a guy to look out for. He's going to have a breakout year. I got some content I'm going to run on with Devin Sanchez tomorrow. I'm going to definitely run back on his and react to Devin Sanchez, his interview that he did. So there's a lot of content. Are you good? You good? Yeah, so I think my hot take is Devin Sanchez has a great spring game and shows out in this spring game. Him, and I know another on offense. I would say a guy to look out in this spring game on offense. I would say would be I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say that look out for Brock Boyd in the spring game. I think Brock Boyd is going to do some shit in this spring game, man. So I'm anticipating to see Brock Boyd, how he performs well in this spring game. Hopefully we get to see him with the ones, see him mix it up with the ones and stuff. They mix it up with some of the guys and stuff with the ones and twos for sure, man. So I'm expecting.
I like both of those. So I got a question towards your Devin Sanchez thing. Do you think that he could be award worthy by the end of the year?
Absolutely. What I've seen from Devin, I've seen him compete with the best wide receiver in the country in these practices this year with JJ, and he looks a lot more comfortable.
He definitely looks better than he did last year. That's a definite. Definite some growth to Devin Sanchez.
Yeah, he has more confidence getting it, in the defense and in his game in particular this year. So now Devin Sanchez, I seen him in his interview last week where he said that he wants to be, All-American. He wants to be, the best cornerback in the country and, and put on. And, I believe he's going to take that next step. I truly believe he is, man, from what I've seen. Because I think the game is a lot slower to him this year than it was last year. You know what I'm saying? With him, playing, he played the most snaps out of all the freshmen last year that we had, man. And another guy I want to say that I'm high on is Zion Grady. Watch out for Zion Grady, man. That's a guy to really look out for at edge, man. Zion Grady, I like when I'm hearing and seeing from him. He's a guy that's, look like he's taking that next step as well as one of those guys to be, a real pivotal piece for that defense, man. And we're loaded, bro. We have so much depth in all of these positions on the team. It makes the team dangerous. Like I understand why Ryan Day said, in the recent press conference that he thinks that this team has a little bit more depth than they did last year. I can understand it. And that makes me feel that Ryan Day feels that they hit on these transfer guys that they brought in.
Yeah, they definitely went about it a little differently this year as far as the transfer portal. They tried to be a little more proactive in their decision making, I would say. So definitely excited for the season. Definitely excited for Saturday. Definitely excited for August, September. Ready for Buckeye football.
Yes, man. Ready to get back, man. And we're going to be back active on the show. I know we're going to definitely have a crazy recap of this spring game. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Hopefully we can get linked up. Hopefully we link up maybe Sunday. We'll figure it out. But we're going to definitely link up for the recap for the spring game for sure. And I know I'll recap it, on a quick reaction right after the game this Saturday. So stay tuned into the content of Buckeye Steppas podcast, man. We getting back active. You know what I'm saying? I know we sorry that we ain't been able to, bring the show to y'all recent
Life
time.
happens.
Our schedule's been crazy, man. Life been lifing and stuff. But we back in full effect, man, and we're going to get back active, man. At least try to get it cracking once a week. I know myself, I'm going to be breaking down, doing content a lot, for sure on the Ohio State side a lot. So be prepared, man. We're going to be strapped and loaded, man, this year, man. Buckeye Steppas, this is the third season of Buckeye Steppas podcast, man.
Season. That's crazy.
So, man, it's crazy,
Shout out
man.
to Bucks. Shout out to Cam J for putting it on. I'll holler at you, brother.
Yeah, do your thing, brother. Do your thing. Salute, brother. Appreciate you, man. For sure, man. I'm excited, man. So definitely, man, stay tuned to the content, man. For sure. We're going to drop some shorts from this show right after the show and get us back popping in this algorithm, man, for sure. And we lit, man. Definitely, man. We will see y'all this Saturday, man. I'm going to be having some content, running content myself. So stay tuned, man. Stay tuned to the content, man, for sure. Buckeye Steppas podcast, episode 63. Done and out.
This is a tough team right here. We're proud to be from Ohio, and it's always been Ohio against the world, and it'll continue to be Ohio against the world.
Yeah. Said plug, throw the load, I catch that bitch like Smith. That shit pit, faux fizzy on me like I'm Archie Grit. Fuck your blitz, niggas squares just like they called and catch me somewhere at the Ritz. We up some NIL money, bout to go and cop a kid. I'm hollering, no way, C-dub, niggas, no swing, C-dugged out. Oh wait, C-dub, at your beanie, bitch, we bugged out. All you do is type, niggas think it's the end of runs. House we pull up, niggas turn Brandon in, it's the way they run routes. Probably at the bar with your bitch like I'm Urban Meyer. Once I get her to the crib, I'm fulfilling all her desires. Said I'm cool and laying up, shit your Uber about 5 away. Remember back then, she wouldn't give me the time of Ryan Day. Had to spend it like I'm Braxton, I'm really back in that action. These niggas wanted a verse, I was tired of niggas asking. Believe the fucking hype, all that you want, we top dog, these niggas runts. You can't do shit with us but punt, bring that ball back.